We beat a good basketball team. Watched them on film a lot here over the last couple of days. They mauled Louisville, beat Duke, beat Florida State in fine fashion. Sims is a really, really good basketball player, as is Newman, as is Mack. Those kids have had good years in our league. P.J. Horn did an outstanding job on Amir. As good as he is, we were able to get to him twice in game one down there and turn him over. And lo and behold, we were able to get to him again tonight. And I thought that really stymied him. I thought that put him back on his heels a little bit. He's an all-league player, in my opinion, and has had that kind of year. To turn the ball over 12 times in the first half, I couldn't believe that statistic, and we were up 5. Now, 3 of those were offensive fouls. We put a real emphasis on doing a better job screening. We did that, but we walked ourselves into a couple of tough situations. But all in all, good night for our team. I'm proud of our team. We battled through some things and stayed the course and found a way to get out of here in our, home finale in the Castle. Proud of our bunch.
You think you did better today than you had during the recent losses?
Well, you've heard me say, and I'm not being curt, when that thing goes in the basket, the game's a heck of a lot easier. And P.J. Horn making 4, pardon me. I thought they were all good. Cone is, he's just banging shots night in, night out. Couture was good. Naheem hit one in the first half on a nice extra pass from Landers. When you get that kind of distribution, and here comes Tyrese Radford, slicing to the basket, and I think he scored 16. You can say what you want. When P.J. Horn has the ability to step out and make multiple threes, that makes us really, really tricky to guard. And to make 4, that's really, really difficult. And Clemson, I rank Clemson up there with the top 3, 4, maybe top 2 in our league in half-court defense. And I was pleased with how we cut, how we passed, how we screened tonight, and certainly putting the ball in the bottom of the hole.
Mike, I would, of course, never say this, but there were people that were saying that Hunter didn't belong in the ACC, that he was a Wofford.
They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
You told him, he said, when you recruited him, that you thought he could play at a higher level than Wofford.
Yeah.
What did you see?
That's why bankers need to stick with banking. That's why Mark Berman needs to stick to writing, and I'll stick to coaching. That's a stupid comment. I said when we got him, Mike, last fall, I told my staff, I said, fellas, I think that kid can play anywhere in the country. And I come here, thank goodness, April 8th, and, I can remember it sitting over in that office. I called him Sunday night before I was introduced on Monday, and then I told him what was going on, that, please don't say anything. This is between us, just a heads up. I want you to come. And fortunately, that was a pretty easy recruitment. I'd gone down that path. We had a pretty good relationship, and I love his mom and dad, and he is a great person. Character wins. Kids that can shoot the basketball and are tough win. And I think that kid has had a darn good freshman year, and he's going to get better and better as we go along because he cares. It's important to him. That's about all I have to say about that.
Pretty good.
I thought your phone was broken that Sunday night. That's what you told me.
Busted. Similarly with Tyrese, you told us earlier in the year pretty candidly that you underestimated how good his impact, or how big his impact can be. What has he meant to this group?
Just a level of toughness and a level of, just hard-nosed basketball. You know what you're going to get night in, night out. He leads our team in rebounding. He's 6'1". That's what he is, and he goes up, in traffic and snares at least 3 tonight on the defensive end. Just that, Mike. Just that. He scores just, out of the flow of things. He runs in transition. He slashes when there's dribble penetration and his man turns his head to watch the ball. He's a really, really good offensive rebounder. I don't know if he had any of those tonight, but just a player, just a basketball player. There's no other way to describe it.
Hunter said going into the half that the big emphasis was turnovers, 12 in the first half, 4 in the second half. Would they do better?
Just what we've done from day one, I mean, our team does not turn the ball over. Do we still lead the ACC in assist turnover? If we don't, we're close. I just think you can't turn the ball over. I don't care what you're playing. You can play football, base on balls in baseball, turning a ball over in basketball. That's sloppy basketball, and I despise it. I hate it. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe, one, that we turned the ball over 12 times, 2, that we were up 5 points. Right? That's one of those you come in, on ice, down 10, 11. They got 9 more shot attempts than we got in the first half. So we had some good fortune. We needed it.
Did you eventually do certain things to make it a tough shooting night for them?
Pardon
Did
me?
you eventually do certain things defensively to make it a tough shooting night for Clemson, especially the second half?
Mark, we this team, as young as we are, they have guarded, they have fought. And we haven't been great night in, night out. There have been nights when physically we just we're a bit overmatched right now. I'm not sure we weren't overmatched physically tonight, but, Coach Frazier, Coach Olinger did a very nice job. Coach Frazier did a nice job in getting it to our team. Our team does a nice job of absorbing the information and, executing it. That scouting stuff doesn't mean a hill of beans. They don't go out and fight and play the right way, and our team did that.
Coach, I know there's one more game left, obviously, but looking ahead to next week, ACC tournament coming up, you got a lot of guys that have not experienced playing in that one-and-done scenario where if you lose, you're done. Do you think that matters at all in your experience, or what can you say about the guys who haven't played?
There's something so very unique about that setting, that tournament setting. I don't think there's anything magical about it. Play the game. Play the game and do the things that you've practiced and things that are important to you, that you value. But I've never felt like, there was any undue pressure. Now, I come from a league where there is some pressure. All right, we won 28 games last year in the regular season, and we go to Asheville, 27. We go to Asheville, and if I lose one, I'm heading back to Spartanburg. It's over. So we don't have that kind of pressure in this league. And the mantra has always been win a game. Don't look out here. Don't worry about Wednesday. One game. Win that game, and then, you move on.
Maybe you want to play Tuesday now.
Oh, how cool would that be? I hadn't even thought about it.
I asked Hunter that second 3 he hit was pretty deep shot, and I asked him if he thought you would think that was a good shot. He said because it went in, you would say it was a good shot. But what do you think his range is, and how are you comfortable with the shot?
He's so early, Aaron. He's so early in his development. He's really a good athlete. That range is going to continue to improve, and he's going to do some things off the bounce better. He had a turnover in the second half that was out of character for him. I'm not sure what his range is right now, but that's going to get better here. We're going to have a really good spring, summer, fall with him and the rest of these guys. And I don't say much. I don't say much about shot selection now. Bad shot, that is, outside of the offense. But these kids have done a pretty good job of, adhering to, those types of things.
Mike, I know we were joking about it, but the idea of the Tuesday, the first day in Greensboro with this young bunch, is there a value maybe in playing that game and given them a better first matchup, or do you just like the idea of giving them some rest before they get started?
I haven't played in the first round in a long, long time. So, Mike, I just so focused on, the next game. But I think it would be, pretty nice feather in our team's hat to get off that Tuesday game. If we got to play, let's go load it up and fight. But to get off of that and have Tuesday and play Wednesday, that'd be a real reward for a team that's hung in there together and continue to get improve through the year.
Brian and Brooke. Coach, talk just a little bit about Isaiah Wilkins.
Isaiah Wilkins had a good game for us tonight. He bangs a big three in the first half. He screened well. He moved the ball well. Isaiah Wilkins helped us win. Good for him. Good for him. Brooke?
Was tonight a little bit, was nostalgia a little bit of motivation, since Clemson was your first win here, first ACC win, and then to have them back here at the home court?
I don't think of it like that. Their coach is a great friend. I have such great admiration for Coach Brownell. They're all the same. It's the next game, and, obviously we needed a win. We'd, had a tough stretch here, and, I think back to Boston College at home, Boston College on the road, Miami at home, some of the others, but it's a part of growth and maturation of this team. So, no, it didn't mean any more to me. Just win. That means everything, to the organization. And you load it up and you get to South Bend on Friday and, go at it again.
It was Brendan Johnson's senior day. He hasn't seen the most playing time for you, but what's his impact been as
He's a nice young man. And he's been, an encourager, he's not a powder sulker. He's about what's best for the team, and I admire that about him.